All right, welcome back to the Pax Unplugged. I'm Scott.
I'm Chris.
All right, we are coming here. We are into the quarterfinals now, in progress.
Yeah, we've got the quarterfinals in progress. We're going to tune in to watch Dratylis face off against VoltageSurge.
Yeah.
So Dratylis, yesterday's champion. They're only a few turns in, so let's just catch up with what they've done. We've got Dratylis on the left. He's got Trianu, and he's already equipped a Forge Wall. And it looks like he's got a Hungry Behemoth in play as well.
He's getting some of his key cards down here. Now, I know he's modified his deck since yesterday, so I'm curious to see some of the changes that he's
I know what one of the plays is, but I'm not going to spoil anything. Let's see what's going to come.
Okay.
We've got VoltageSurge on the right. He's playing Cassini, and he's already got Dawnstalker in place. So that's going to do more damage in 4 turns if he manages to get Luna on top by the time it gets there.
Now, Voltage was here yesterday as well, and I know he didn't place anywhere near as high as he was hoping. He went home and did some serious doctoring. He's a very competitive card player.
Yeah, he's come back with a completely different order as well. Yesterday he was Dread, and today he's Astral. So Reality Twister, sorry, just to tune in, because that's a very good card.
Very good card.
So Astral came out the last discarded card, and Reality Twister means it counters everything. But we've just seen a counterplay there, Reckless Spirit. So say goodbye to the Dawnstalker and 3 damage, and he's playing Stumptive Shaman, so he's healing up as well.
Healing, all right.
Yeah, so Dratylis, we sort of know his playstyle now, right?
Yeah. So he's getting rid of the threats more than the. He's not so worried about the Reality Twister of the choices that he was presented in.
Okay, so we're back with VoltageSurge. What's he going for? He's going for Shapeshifter.
See how it treats him.
It's Gravity, so it's going to heal for 5 with Dimensional Hunter. That the card that's drawn. So he's, I think he's capped out. Yeah, nice, 35. What's he going to do next? So obviously I think he's going to be a bit fearful of One with Nature. We don't know if it's actually in his deck now. He might have swapped that out overnight.
That's true, that is a possibility.
So he's doing the Dimensional Hunter, which is 2 damage, move 2 defend cards back to the deck, and if the last discarded card is Luna, another action, which it is because the Shapeshifter, the Luna card, drew the card.
Again, a slight bit of hand control there against Dratylis.
Probably quite useful as well, because Dratylis we know likes to build the hand, and if there's not hand size punishing, it'd be good. So he's put back a Root Singer. I didn't see the second card. And the 2 damage, thank you. All right.
Down to 26.
All right, so back. Oh, he's drawn 1 for the extra. So back to Dratylis. He's going to.
See what happens here. All right.
He's cutting there the shuffle. So 2 healing from the Shaman, and he's got his 2 actions. So
VoltageSurge, of course, sitting at 35 because, well, Dratylis is running Trianu, and that's what he does.
Well, exactly that. So he's hasn't got any Pollen Weavers, no Spirit Channelers yet. So he's just doing like Trianu, yeah, because he's already on full health. Yeah.
Yep. No drawback for Dratylis on that.
And he's drawn another one, yes. He just loves the card draw.
All right, looks like VoltageSurge just took.
So he's got the Shaman Heal.
Yep.
He's going to Trianu, obviously. Why not? Another 2 cards, and he's playing a Pollen Weaver, right? Yeah.
So he's really getting his defenses down now. See
how happy VoltageSurge is about this. So it's permanent 2 damage reduction. Well, if the person that dealt the damage has higher health than you. Obviously, Dratylis likes using Trianu to keep them at high health.
So he's going to stay there until he starts his machine gun.
Okay, so VoltageSurge now needs to think about how he's going to handle that.
This kind of goes back to the last conversation we had about Pollen Weaver, just, because again, it really slows down your offense, but it's not killing you either necessarily. So it is buying somebody that's trying to kill you time. So it kind of depends on how you gauge that as a threat. Right? It kind of depends on what else is sitting on the table or what else you anticipate coming down onto the table.
So VoltageSurge just passed 2, so he's drawn 2, and it's back to Dratylis already. I think Dratylis is running 1 Greeble Jester, which will punish a high hand size. Don't know if VoltageSurge knows that, but he might find out the hard way. So let's see what he's going to do.
Yeah, he definitely had one in his deck yesterday, as we saw. So we'll see if, depending on what changes he's put in today.
He's not winding up his Behemoth either, so he's just chilling right now, really.
It kind of looks like he might be just sitting on the Behemoth, just waiting, just in case I need the heals. He's not in a hurry for a kill right now.
That's true, yeah.
He's, his deck, at least last I saw, kind of built.
Oh, there we go. Nature. One with Nature. Paying for it with a Vine Lash and the Spirit Channeler, so it checks out.
All right.
So 1 with Nature, we've seen this before, this is what got him through yesterday. Increases all power by 2, so every numerical value on a card, or the sum value, is increased. So everything gets a little bit worse for VoltageSurge right now.
I wonder though if Dratylis isn't playing that as a possible, like, just kind of baiting him to see if he's got any.
I think he will. I know he has Regrowth, and I know he has Life Imbue.
Draw 3, yeah, and that's the thing.
Oh, that's unlucky. So, sorry, just to catch up there, he played Chimchu Lookout, which draws 3 cards or stops if he hits a defend. The first card he drew was a combo defend. Anti-Gravity Snell, 2 damage. If it's not Gravity, it's 4 damage. It's not Gravity, I think it's Sun Beacon. So 4 damage. But it's blocked because Pollen Weaver is buffed by 1 with Nature for 4 damage reduction. Unlucky. He's Trianoing with one with nature for a lot of cards.
I figured Dratylis has enough. Oh, he's pulling out an item.
This is where we're going to find the new play. He's going to automatically equip an item with Blacksmith.
All right, let's see what he's got.
It's
here.
a Grim Glider.
Grim Glider.
All right. So Grim Glider deals damage if he has 4 or more buffs in play at the start of his turn, I believe. This can't be increased by power, which will be good for VoltageSurge. And it's not in effect at the moment because it's I think it's 4 or more. But either way, he needs to play some more buffs.
Just a steady trickle of damage out of that.
But it also gives him access to Shadow. All right,
this might be important later. Playing, yeah.
This might be important later. It's a common thing I've seen, and I think we'll find out what that's going to be shortly.
Just as a guy who generally plays a lot of nature and shadow, I know that they get along very well with each other, potentially, depending on what he's building. So, yeah, I am really curious with that one with nature, though. Again, I think he might have just played it just to see as possible bait, because I know he has a lot of abilities or ways of bringing that back. Just in case he'd lose it, so he realized maybe at this point it's not such a huge loss, and if it happens to stay on the table, then it's nothing but a bonus for him.
Look at this chain though, Insect Swarm, which will deal 3 damage at the start of turn because of one with nature, and then he's Root Sing, so he's Root Singer, which is pull 2 cards back if he has more buffs than his opponent, plus another 2 cards because of one with nature, so he's pulling back 4 cards from the discard with that.
There.
I didn't think he had 4 cards in the discard, did he?
He had 2. What were they? They were Blacksmiths.
Gravity Bubble. Is he playing Gravity Bubble? No, he's playing Black Hole.
Black Hole,
there we go, yeah. So 9 damage, remove all buffs in the order of play. So the damage reduction still takes effect, so it's important because it's the damage first. So the Pollen Weaver one with nature will soak a fair bit of that damage and then remove all buffs in order of play. So Insect Swarm should be on top.
There it goes, yep.
And it's all resolved. But like we said, probably a lure, because we know he's got Life Imbue, we know he's got Regrowth, he has ways of getting one with nature back.
And again, VoltageSurge, that damage was reduced a lot, but I don't think he was really worried about the damage quite as much at that point as he was about the removal.
And the question now, yeah, exactly, and the question now is, what's VoltageSurge going to follow up with? We know he's got Gravity Bubble, which is not a great, I mean, it does 8 damage, so it's good, but it's, we've got to hope he's got an anti-gravity field or a planetary alignment or even a Sunstrike just to get some damage. Now's the time to take Dratylis down.
Yeah, well, this window's here because we know how fast Dratylis can rebuild.
And interestingly enough, yesterday he was running Crystal Core, which stops you dying. Now he switched to Grim Glider, so he's not actually going to avoid that killing blow, unless he's got it in there as well.
Yeah, well, he may. Yeah, that's the thing. He might still. He did bring those the Blacksmiths back to him.
But Forgeable is a good option because it reduces damage by 1 if he's below 15. So nothing now, but in the future it might work out. He's Trianoing. I think he's Trianoing, yeah. So 2 cards, but no health for that. He's got another Pollen Weaver.
Yeah, he's going to
nasty business.
I think just by play style, he tends to play very defensive. And again, he knows Astral. He's seen this matchup a lot. He fears the explosiveness of Astral.
Oh, a Skyward Observatory. This is one we haven't seen yet.
Yes.
So increases damage and healing on the next 2 turns by 2. So any damage, any healing increased by 2. So I wonder what he's planning to stack on top of that, because you've got to think ahead. You don't want to waste those corners. All right, Dratylis is saying I'll waste him for you. 3 damage, remove that buff.
All right, yeah, there you go.
And he's playing a Stampeding Tusker. Great card. 6 damage on the 3rd turn, and he can use a defend ability to reset it. So a temporary, a constant trickle of 6 damage. Oh wow! Straight answer back. So another Observatory and a Mage Ship.
Right back at you.
So again, so we know. Look at the synchronization there. So the 3rd corner of Observatory is going to buff Mage Ship to 9 damage.
Yep.
So it will be 7 because of the Pollen Weaver, but still, that's getting through for full value at least.
Through that.
You can basically say the Observatory is bypassing the Pollen Weaver damage reduction right now.
And he may be also, buying that also buys him some time to get some possible removal in the meantime as well.
Exactly,
so.
and he's still got 2 corners where, ignoring the Mage Ship, 2 corners coming up on Observatory where he just gets increased damage and healing, so it might pay off. Or not. So Mostrich Defender.
The Defender comes right out.
Damage reduction by 3 right now, and then 2, and then 2. So he's undoing the Observatory, which is undoing the Pollen Weaver. As you can see, this is a tactical aim.
Got to push here.
So Dratylis is also, I think he just trianoed, so he's healed VoltageSurge up to max health again.
Yeah, Dratylis really hates dropping in health. And
he's just drawing 2, so he's wasted the corner, although he can't heal actually, and his damage is blocked, so yeah, maybe leave it. Stampeding Tusker comes back for 6. He's probably going to reset it, right? You've got to reset it. Stampeding Tusker is one of your actions.
You'd have to. He burned it yesterday, which was really surprising.
He did let it go away.
So, he's letting it go?
He's resetting it. So yeah, he's used the defend ability as one of his actions to reset Stampeding Tusker, and he's got 1 more action to play.
Let's see, what's he picked here? Nope, not that one.
He's got options. Look at that hand size.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for someone to play a hand size thing on Dratylis.
It's going to come out there. He's just going to go for the heels.
So 1 healing from Stump of Shaman when it enters play. So Mage Ship comes back for 9. minus the Pollen Weaver, minus the Monstrous Defender. So he's soaked a lot of damage there, and he's also trying to preempt it with the Shaman, trying to heal back up through it.
Yeah,
Oh,
anticipating
Pathfinder. Luna's on top, so he gets 2 buffs. Wow, he picked the Defender? I would have gone with the Tusker.
Yeah, definitely get that Tusker out of
But
there.
importantly, he's also got rid of the Pollen Weaver, and he's Light Lashing. I like this.
But he might be building up for some, some
This
big
is
damage.
why, this is
there
why.
We go. Nice,
so he's Light Lash, so this is 3 damage plus the Observatory for 5, and he Light Lashes. Oh no, wait, what was on top? I missed it. Oh no, the wrong card was on top, so he could have rewound.
Rewound the Observatory.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
He didn't pick the Mage ship?
Not the Mage ship.
Wow.
So I have to see what else he's holding in his hand.
Maybe he's going for a combo next turn.
That's the thing, I have to think he's building for something by
So
cleaning out the
explains,
defenses.
okay, he removed the Mossridge.
And why he didn't get rid of the, oh man.
So he's got another Pollen Weaver.
I think
and
Dratylis is thinking
system.
the same thing. He's expecting some damage coming out of next turn, big time. So
Let's
he's
see what's
playing
going to
in
happen.
Anticipation.
Anti-gravity now. So first things first, he should heal for 7 and triggers it. So he should trigger 7 healing, and it wasn't gravity. So yeah, they're just order of play is important here. So he heals first, up 7.
Yep, there we
He's
go.
still lower health to Pollen Weaver's in
So it's
effect.
gonna prevent the first 2.
So 4 damage is reduced by 2. So he should take 2 damage from the snow. Oh, plus the 2 from the observatory. Sorry, so 4 damage taken. Yep, nice. And he got rid of the emergency system. And he's shape-shifting.
Digging back up. Oh,
And
Light
it's
Lasher.
not, yeah, so it's solar, so 5 damage, plus the 2 from Observatory. Well, minus the 2 for his Pollen Weaver, so yeah. Not bad play there.
Yeah, I can't see VoltageSurge's hand, but I feel like he's trying to just clear it out for a big combo, but I'm not sure.
So Dratylis buffs, Stampeding Tusker hits for 6, and he heals for 4 with Shaman. What's he going to do next? We haven't seen this sort of play. This is nice.
This has been a very different
We
mix.
haven't seen Dratylis lose his buffs. I mean, he's got ways of getting them back, but we haven't seen him lose a lot. I think he's just drawing 2 normally. No, he's Trianoing. He doesn't really care about the healing on the other person. It helps the Pollen Weaver, I guess. Yeah,
he's
that's
not playing
his play.
anywhere near as buff heavy as he was yesterday. He's playing actually much
his
lighter.
buffs are getting punished today as well, more importantly.
He might have been anticipating that after yesterday's play, though, as well, and intentionally just built or is playing around that.
So we've seen 1 Black Hole, and we've seen 1 Pathfinder. So you've got to assume VoltageSurge has 2 more Pathfinders in the tank. So maybe he's waiting for another buff that he wants to remove with Pollen Weaver. Probably waiting for one with Nature.
Just kind of hanging out, yeah.
Or maybe a combo buff like Vine Lash, if he has it. He's just drawing 2, so back to Dratylis.
Should know that Dratylis has
Wow,
so much
I just realised, did he reset the Tusker? Did he miss that? He takes 1 damage because of the extra buffs, yeah, let's do that. He didn't reset the Tusker.
Reset it.
He's got Root Singers though, and he has more buffs, so he could Root Sing them. Maybe the pressure's getting to him. This is a bit outside of his comfort zone.
Like, I mean, depends. I mean, Root Singers brings back more cards, but if it's just action-wise, it feels better to me to just reset the Tusker. But
yeah,
maybe he's going for 2.
I missed the last turn. I don't know what he did, but evidently it's more important than the Tusker. He Trianu'd.
He's got to have something in mind.
He's checking his discard, so I'm assuming he's looking to Root Sing.
See what I want to bring back to hand. Oh, I think I see a regrowth in there.
Oh yeah, no, he must have played the Stumble of Shame, and look, it's on the 2. So yeah, he didn't do the Tusker. He wanted the healing.
Oh, he just used 2 combos, it looks like.
Did he?
Yep, one was the...
He's already used an action, so he can't use the combo this turn at least. He's playing a Behemoth, Hungry Behemoth.
I think we're going to see one with Nature come back next
Draw
turn.
3 or until he hits a defend. He's drawn. Oh, so he's drawn a Mage Chip, a Pathfinder, and another Pathfinder.
Oh,
so he's got 2 dispels in hand.
Did you see Dratylis' reaction? He's like, whoa. Because I think...
Oh, and he's playing 1.
I think Dratylis was... that'll be interesting.
Oh, okay.
That'll be interesting. Because Dratylis just got... If the combo that he drew is the combo that I think it is, I think he was looking to bring back...
Regrow. Is it Regrowth he drew or Life Imbue?
Life Imbue.
Right, so he can put a combo back into play.
But I think he's got Regrowth in his hand as well. So he's got all kinds of options.
So he has more ways of getting it back in than VoltageSurge has of removing them there. He's only got 1 Pathfinder left. Unless he's got a Chimp 2 Infiltrator, he could bring them back. So VoltageSurge might have more than we're aware of. He might have an Infiltrator. Or he might have a kill. Well, he's still high health, but, you know, Dratylis is losing his buffs.
I mean, we did see that, what was it, a 23, 24 point hit earlier. Not in this game, but in an earlier game today.
One-ton Nerd took it to him. Yeah, he's Life Imbue.
Oh, there it is, yep.
So one tech card and 1 nature card required.
Yep. It's just a card from the order. Doesn't need any specific element.
Yeah, we're just looking for orange and green here. And this puts, I think it's 5 healing, and it puts a combo buff from his hand or his discard back into play. You've got to assume he's going to go with 1 with nature.
I'm assuming that's going to,
And that's probably going to lure the Dispel, and then he's going to play Regrowth to put it back in for a final time.
Again, yep.
So let's see. See, what we want here is
nature.
we want VoltageSurge not to jump the gun. We want him to wait one turn and wait to catch 2 buffs of One with Nature. Because right now, One with Nature is buffing Triana's ability, and that's it. So I would wait to catch another buff.
I think he's...
and he is. Good job. So mage ship,
one more
just going
action.
for damage.
Because Dratylis knows that he's got that in his hand still, but VoltageSurge also knows that Dratylis knows that.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
It's a mind game right now.
Yeah, it really is.
So, Stumps of Shame is going to rotate out.
Again, both very seasoned card players in general.
Yeah, these guys have made it far in both the tournaments now, I think. Dratylis obviously winning yesterday's tournament. He's just checking his Stumps of Shame and should have gone out. Yeah, so he's slided One with Nature up. Sometimes the player order is important, so we keep him left to right.
All right, so One with Nature.
And it's down to what he's going to do. So he
yeah.
wants to get benefit. He might Trianu.
It looks like he wants to play something, though. He's definitely
That's what he's going to play. Oh, he's got Vine Lash right at the front there.
Oh, yeah, there it is. So
although
maybe
you don't want to do that. Oh, no, I know what he's going for, right?
And then a regrowth?
You go for Vine Lash,
yeah.
and then that's going to lure the Dispel, and then he regrows One with Nature and Vine Lash back in.
Lash. Oh, man.
And then he's got a Shadow card. He's got Mimic and Horror, I bet. Mimic the effect of a current buff, so he's going to Mimic Vine Lash for 24 damage in one turn.
Oh, he pulled the Weaver.
What's he doing? What's he doing?
What is he doing?
I think he's sorting payment out. What is he doing?
Oh, that's his discard.
He's laying down his... he's looking at his discard. He's looking at his discard.
We're looking at different options.
He's getting tactical.
He's definitely not doing
we haven't
anything
seen
I
Dratylis
anticipated.
think like this before, yeah.
Very, very different play from
Oh,
what
he
we've
roots
seen.
on. He roots on.
Okay.
Oh, no, yeah, so he only gets 1 card, but it's increased by 2 with One with
I
Nature
think
no matter
he's-
what.
Oh, he's looking at payment costs, I believe.
Yeah,
That's
maybe
my
he pulled
guess,
back the cards, he pulled back the elements. Yeah, I guess that's the thing, he's drawn heavily and he has lost a lot of buffs.
Blacksmith. Oh, he's dropping it.
Pollen Weaver, Monstrous Defender, he did it for the extra action.
Okay.
Because he plays it with One with Nature, so it gives him 3 extra actions.
It's beautiful, again, just showing the power of that buff. Okay, so
now we're
there
gonna
goes the
find out,
removal.
yeah. And he's shapeshifting afterwards. He's got a Lunar card, so it doesn't do anything. Unfortunate, but he's drawn that. And then he's removing those 2. So he's play order was a bit messed up there, but he let him play it out.
Okay, so here comes
And,
Dratylis'
I'm
power
guessing
move,
this is a
I'm
regrowth.
thinking.
And also, we've seen all of the dispels.
Oh, what did he flash?
that
He's
he's
flashing the
had.
regrowth.
So he's got regrowth, he's got Vine Lash, and
Yeah.
there's nothing that VoltageSurge can do about it.
So I think he's just going to bring out that One with Nature with the regrowth, and then probably
He
Vine
paid
Lash
for it
into
with
it.
Fungal Spores and Behemoth. So 5 healing and put 2 buffs back into play. And this is the point where you've got to hope VoltageSurge has another way of getting those Dispel cards back. So I expect we're going to see One with Nature.
Yeah, there it is. And what's he pulling back? Probably, I would guess the Weaver.
Pollen Weaver just to be nasty.
Yeah. He just he loves that card, and with good reason. It's a super strong card, so it's treated him very well this tournament.
Okay, so we're back up to 4 damage reduction.
Oh, what do we got here? Oh,
Okay, so 7 damage
7
comes
damage,
home.
but it gets
Minus
heavily
the
diminished.
2, minus the 2. Oh no, yeah, he has lower health. So Pollen Weaver is not in effect. So he's going to get, only Mossridge is going to do the damage reduction plus the Mossridge,
so
plus
is
the
it
One with Nature.
taking it for 4?
So 4 damage reduction, yeah. He's playing Stellar Fusion. Wow,
Right.
okay. I like this. We saw this yesterday
Yeah.
from Bova.
Stellar Fusion really gives him that extra power that can really start punching through the defenses that Dratylis sets
And you
up,
can't
so.
remove it if Solar's on top, but Gravity's on top right
Currently.
now. Solar's going to be on top when Mageship expires, but right now is
he's
Dratylis'
vulnerable
option.
still.
He's got to remove it now if he wants to get rid of it.
So the hand that size that big, he's got to have something in there.
We've seen a few Reckless Spirits. I don't know if he pulled any back with Root Singers, but he's probably got one more than one, right?
I'm
Or
quite
maybe
sure.
he just goes for a kill. He's got a strong situation right now.
That's true too.
And he's got 4
20.
damage reduction, so Stellar Fusion's first corner is going to be basically ignored because of the Monstrous Defender One with Nature
Still
play.
sitting in there. So
Okay.
I think it feels like VoltageSurge is just kind of, he's gambling, he's putting that buff down, he's getting that combo on the table, and he's just going to try to build up in some big hits and just try to punch through all the reduction. But we'll
Here
see.
we go.
See what his plan
What's
is.
next?
You know, Dratylis
I
doesn't
think he's
like
checking
that
the
on
last
table
discarded.
either way.
Solar's not on top, so I think he's checking if he can remove it.
Reading the fine print is always good to do with any contract. VoltageSurge has not looked the happiest that I've seen him.
I think it's a poker face. He's bluffing him.
You think? All right, maybe.
What's he doing? He's
drawing.
Trianoing, so he heals him a lot because of one with nature. But he draws a lot of cards, so he's drawing options. Reckless Spirit, yes. This is 5 damage, 2 buffs because of one with nature.
Oh man,
that's the punishment for not having solar on top.
Yep, that hurts.
All right, what we got? Oh, so I think that's a concede.
That looked like a scoop right there.
Yeah, so VoltageSurge just run out of damage, and he basically decked out as well.
Yeah, he knew he wasn't going to be able to clear out any of that thing on the field.
So that's going to end the game there. VoltageSurge going down to Dratylis, similar to yesterday.
Yeah.
But we're seeing Dratylis get a bit uncomfortable as well. So we've seen him play that deck differently.
Different type of matchup. Like I haven't seen the exact kind of play between the two, two deck matchups before.
Yeah,
so.
and I think he's got a lot of options to bring those buffs back in. Pollen Weaver, Life Imbue, Regrowth, all good options. And I think VoltageSurge tested him pretty well today. Like he did get rid of the right buffs at the right time.
Right.
There was windows of opportunities there. Interesting to see what happens in the later rounds.
Yeah, he did well that Dratylis just had the answers for him in advance. So again, congratulations Dratylis advancing forward. And thank you again.
Well, no, he's advanced forward to the next round.
Or next round, sorry. We're on rounds now. I know where I am.
Yeah, so we've been doing best of 1 Swiss rounds into best of 3 now. So we cut to the top 8. So this is, that was just the beginning.
Yeah. All right.
So this is going to be round 2. I think they're just checking their sideboards. So the sideboards, they're allowed unaligned cards and they're allowed combo cards. So you got to wonder what they're going to swap in
see what they're going to pull
swap
on each
out.
other.
Because obviously we've seen some plays there. Maybe he's going to swap out Stellar Fusion. Dratylis. So the Shadow is for mimicking Horror, which is a great defend card, which hits the corner of an active buff again.
Fantastic.
So say Vine Lash hits 14, you can mimic it for another 14. That's a potential 28 damage in 1 turn. And we didn't see that in the last game.
Didn't see it.
So VoltageSurge.
Have you seen it earlier today?
I've seen it earlier.
Okay.
So VoltageSurge might not have seen or heard about that. So he doesn't. He might not know it's there. So that might be something that might catch him out yet.
At 28, that's massive. Let alone if he has the one with nature out, right?
I mean, yeah, that buffs it to buffs it by 2 and 2 on each hit.
So yeah, that's a very easy 1-turn kill right there.
All right, so I think we're currently still sideboarding. We can have a little peek there. So no, he's not sideboarding. He's just flicking through his deck, making sure he's happy.
Look at his options.
All right, so we didn't see any use of the Cassini hero power.
And again, this matchup. Oh, sorry.
No, just saying. He's got Cassini, which is a hero power to discard 3, discard to do 3 damage. But I think she's Superior Luna, and we didn't see a lot of use out of the discard ability. So I'm assuming he's leaning on the Luna.
It's a possibility. I did see him finish off someone earlier today with that, but yeah.
Okay, maybe he is for the damage.
Hasn't been used too heavily.
Cassini's quite useful though, because Ash will need a specific card on top of the discard to do extra effects.
Yeah.
So that allows it to force it there. You could discard the first action to make the second action more profitable.
Right, you can really line up your deck the way you want it to go.
That seems to be a common decision. So this is best of 3. So we're looking for VoltageSurge to win this to stay in it. But obviously Dratylis could go 2-0 to progress.
Establishing himself as a very strong player in this tournament.
All right, so they're shuffling.
Yeah, Cassini's seems to be the overriding choice of the Astro players right now for the decks that I've seen.
Yeah, I mean, she's got a good start in health as well. Let's not forget 31 is slightly above average. And I think we're away. So let's draw 4 for Voltage and 5 for Dratylis. So VoltageSurge is going first.
All right,
and away we go. So now Dratylis has no buffs on the table. Now's the time. Go for it. Just go for it. I hope he doesn't have a Pollen Weaver in his starting hand. So I think VoltageSurge is just drawn 2.
Draw.
And Dratylis,
Trianu, yep. He's got one more action and see what he gets.
He's going to draw another. Someone's got to punish this guy with hand size before long. Come on. Okay, so maybe VoltageSurge has got something up his sleeve because he's playing a Mage Ship and an Observatory, and you don't want to play an Observatory before you've got stuff to benefit, right? So next turn could be interesting. Trianu, a little bit healing, 2 cards.
Yeah, he's going to go for those explosive plays as soon as he can get them. Every window he can take.
So Dratylis, he needs to get Pollen Weaver down, really. That seems to be his go-to play. And with the damage already on the table, he needs to get rid of it.
Colossi Artifacts?
Oh.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh.
So Colossi Artifacts is a 4-corner buff, and it means action cards can't do more than 4 damage to you.
Yeah,
so it's going to cap Mage Ship at 4. It's going to cap any other damage at 4. So anti-gravity Snell, 2 damage. It is gravity because it includes gravity there, so that's 2 damage. Increased by 2 for the Observatory, which is kind of lucky.
Out of it.
So it wasn't actually capped; it just hit the cap, and he drew anti-gravity field. So nice combo there. And Colossal Artifact does not ignore combos.
Exactly,
So that is a potential 16 damage on the next go if you can pay for anti-gravity field
He's
on
got
the
something
observatory and gain from the card draw.
Ask me a question. It might be
think we got a judge
clarifying on the
question.
combo thing is all, maybe.
Yeah. It's a common question. People think it caps at 4,
Right,
but it
'cause
only
that's-
works on action cards.
And that's
So
a
action
very,
cards are
very
not
critical
combo
difference.
cards.
Very critical difference.
Obviously,
on
this
that
is all
card.
reliant on VoltageSurge holding the payment in his hand. But if he's got something like Black Hole, it pays for it outright. He's like, will this card save me?
Yes
Let's
and
find
no.
out. VoltageSurge's got a decent hand size. He might be able to pay for that combo. And just in case, let's
just
put
in
Monstrous
case.
Defender out. So here we go. So Mage Chip is hitting 7, reduced by 4. Well, capped at 4, and then reduced by 3. So 1
that's
damage
cleaning
taken.
That out, yeah. So that's very good use of the proper stacking order
Exactly.
on his buffs.
Yeah, if it was the other way around, it wouldn't have. Well, it would have done the same result actually, I think. But the cap would have come in first. Sometimes that is important, yeah.
Yeah, can make a.
So
a
right
big
now,
difference.
VoltageSurge needs to either wait the artifact out or do a combo. But then the Monstrous Defender's going to hurt. I think he just drew 2.
Okay.
Oh wait, sorry, we're still just rotating it, I think. So Stumped Shaman's being played instead, so he's looking for healing. Probably because he knows he's got the anti-gravity field in hand.
So yeah, he's looking at the big explosions coming his way, clearing them out.
So those two are out. Luna's on top. There's a few cards that we know he's got that can benefit from Luna being on top, so let's see what he does next. He's just going to draw 2. He's waiting out the artifact.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, the
Yep.
artifact and the defender, may as well wait him out. They're both in sync. So here, they're now on their last corner, so on the next go, damage is going to get through.
Yep.
But at this point, you've got to assume Dratylis is holding a Pollen Weaver.
He's gonna get something. Yeah, get that stump drift. He's gonna get the stump drift.
Oh, he's going Forge Wall. So
Starting
damage
to get
reduction.
those
If he's,
stuff.
oh, he's going
and
double
a
items
glider.
on the same turn. So 1 damage reduction if he's below 15, and 1 damage if he's got a lot of buffs out.
Yeah, he's putting the pieces of his machine on the table now, so that VoltageSurge can't be happy about that.
Here we go.
Oh,
What's
there we go.
this? Looks like payment for Black Hole. No, no.
Nope, nope.
I think he's going to go for Stellar Fusion. But Solar's not on top, and he's learned
Learned,
from
yeah.
the last game not to have. You need Solar on top for the protection.
Want to keep that thing
He's
safe.
doing
for sure.
Dawnstalker. So Dawnstalker, 6 damage or 10 damage if Luna's on top when it gets there, and it currently is on top, but that's obviously 4 turns away.
And this works well for him too, because that won't tick until after both the Monsters Defender and the Colossi Artifact are out of play.
Yeah, so he's doing. What's he done there? He's done a Sun Beacon. So discards the top card. Oh, wow! It was Planetary Alignment. So 5 healing, 5 damage, but he's discarded Planetary Alignment.
That hurts.
That is the risk of that card. Like
Yeah.
it's a great card, 5
It is
damage,
a
5
great card.
healing, but not when it does that.
Yeah, it gets rid of one of your key
And
swings.
that is you
That-
need that to kill Dratylis.
Right, yeah, you need those explosions. Whoop, we're going back.
What's happened there?
I'm not sure. Judge might have stepped in with something.
Maybe we missed that. It was a bit action-packed round there, so maybe we missed what happened. I think they're just checking that everyone's
around,
okay
yeah.
with the order of play there. Just resolving something. I mean, if something went wrong there, VoltageSurge is definitely not playing Sun Beacon, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I think they're just resolving, but shuffling the deck just because the cards were known there. We'll catch up later with what that misplay was. Okay, here we go again. So I think this means VoltageSurge still has 1 more action.
So yeah, let's see what he does instead this time. He's looking at a Dimensional Hunter right now. No,
He's
just gonna
drawing
take the
one.
draw.
Yeah, you want to do that. So now, more importantly, Colossal Artifact, Monstrous Defender, rotate it
Are
out.
gone, yeah.
He gets 4 healing from the Stump Drift, but now there's nothing in play that stops Dratylis taking damage until he plays Pollen Weaver, which I'm expecting. But he hasn't played it yet, so let's see what happens.
Tusker, I saw an Unruly Mob in there. I can't tell what else there is in there on that hand right now.
It's an interesting one, so it's a bit slower. Dratylis has got a lot less buffs out than he usually does.
Right, yeah, he usually has a full field of buffs.
He's Trianoing, I'm assuming, because VoltageSurge is on max health, so why not? And there's the Pollen Weaver. Okay, so that's his 2 actions, and we're going to go back to VoltageSurge. So Dawnstalker's on its way, and he's got a Mage Chip as well. Okay, so he's just stacking the
that'll line
damage.
up nicely.
Hopefully when those 2 come home,
He's-
they'll be in sync, so they'll do some damage. So he's doing Dimensional Hunter, 2 damage, which will get through because Pollen Weaver's not in effect. Oh no, it is an effect, sorry. He has more health than his opponent, yeah.
He's capped
So
right
ignoring
now.
the damage, but he's trying to hit some defend cards in Dratylis' hands. And I think he has. He's getting the card shown there. We missed them, but they're going back into the deck. And he had one extra action, I believe, so he's just drawn with that extra action. Okay, so should be an interesting few turns here. Because the Dawnstalker and the Mage Chip stand to hit on the same turn.
Right, so I'm wondering if he's going to place some amp.
If he gets Luna on top, Dawnstalker's going to hit for 10 and 7 from the Mage Chip. Pollen Weaver will reduce these numbers a little bit, but that still could potentially be an 8 and a 5.
Do you think he's maybe trying to go into a Stellar Fusion?
Well, we know he's got anti-gravity field in hand as well. So, well, look at his hand. He's actually got a lot of options there. So, I mean, Dratylis is holding a lot of cards as well, so I'm thinking he's going to Reckless Spirit something. He's checking his discard, so he's thinking about Root Singing as well, maybe. He's only got one buff in play though, so yeah, this is a tricky situation. What's he going to go for?
I drew another Root Singer and looked like a Vine Lash.
I think he's Trianoing. Still one more action.
So I think he might wait just to maybe see if he can get a little bit more play information from VoltageSurge before he gets rid of one of the buffs, but we'll see.
Stumped of Shaman, 1 health, yep.
Playing it safe with the heals.
He's healing back up.
Oh, we're comboing into there.
Stellar Fusion. Oh, why would he do it? Solar's not on top.
There's no Solar on top.
He's going to get punished for this, you know it. He's got such a big hand size. You've got to fear the Reckless Spirit. He's paid for it with Gravity Bubble, so that covers a lot of the payment. So on the next go, if this works out, that's a ridiculous hit. Stellar Fusion bumping Dawnstalker and Mage Chip by 4.
That does make Voltage or Dratylis' choice interesting. I mean, it's a pretty obvious target, but he's also, I mean, do you go for the damage increase or do you go for the actual damaging cards at this point?
He's got a Reckless Spirit. There's no option.
Yeah.
It's a ridiculous trade-off. But first things first, 2 healing, Stumped of Shaman. So one of these cards has got to be a Reckless Spirit.
Oh, it's sitting on his, he's looking right there. Yep,
he's got
on top
one.
Of his pile.
I think he's probably just figuring out what to do with the second action.
Yeah. He's just trying to figure out how to maximize it.
He's checking Solar's not on top.
Yep, and there it goes.
3 damage, get rid of it. That would have been an amazing play if Solar was on top. Like, that would have been so much damage. And then he could have played a combo on his next go, probably for the kill.
Voltage is shaking his head right now. Yeah.
What would that have done? That would have done 10 damage minus a 2 for 8, 7, 4 minus a 2, and then like anti-gravity on top. That's kill range.
That would have done it.
That is kill range. I mean, crazy amount of damage. If only Solar was on top. Sometimes it comes down to one card. One card on your discard, in that case, making all the difference.
Like, and there's
Unruly
mob. So he's going to take damage every time he plays.
Sorry, I did just notice a fun thing here. So he put Stellar Fusion on the discard, so Luna's now on the discard, so Dawnstalker's going to hit for 10.
It's going to hit like a tank.
So it hits for 10, minus a 2 for 8, and then we got a 5 from the Mage Chip. So even though he lost Stellar Fusion, he did get Luna on top. So actually an interesting little turn of events there. Yeah, and the 5. There we go. So
still a very big
maybe
hit.
He thought of that. Maybe he thought of that. Maybe that was his only way of getting Luna on top, and in a pinch,
maybe.
You know, best case it buffs them both. Worst case, it buffs up Dawnstalker. Oh, and he's got Luna on top, so Pathfinder can remove 2 buffs.
The buffs.
He attacks, so he takes 1 damage from Unruly Mob before it happens. So 1 damage, probably. Yeah. There we go. And then the buffs go away. He didn't pick Summon of Shaman. Nice try. Get rid of the Pollen Weaver. Yeah, there we go. Dratylis getting shaky. All right. And he's light lashing. Oh, this is what I wanted to see. Gravity's on top, so it does 3 damage, and it rewinds 1 buff. And he's chosen Mage Chip. Yeah, because Luna's not on top.
Oh, that makes sense.
So Mage Chip's going to do more damage. So 7 damage coming in at the start of his next turn.
Heal for 4. He's up to 19 now.
So unless he's got something up his sleeve here, he needs a flash heal. You know, I know he's got fungal spores, but I mean this could be something we haven't seen before. This could be 7 damage into an anti-gravity field. This could be a kill.
He's getting some of that reduction from his items.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about the Forge Roll. Yeah, well remembered. So that's 1 damage getting trimmed off if he's below 15. Check the health value in a second. He's not. So the Mage Chip's going to come in for full value. I'm looking forward to this turn. I'm looking forward to this turn.
Really see what he's got.
What's he going to do?
Lots of combos in hand.
He's got to go Pollen Weaver if he's got it. Is this the first? Is this first defeat? He's undefeated in all of the tournaments so far.
That's true. That's true.
We could be looking at the first game loss. I don't want to speak too soon. VoltageSurge.
He's definitely good at swinging games back in his favor.
He is, and this is best of 3, remember, so he needs to win this to end it here, to get through to the semi-finals. What's he going to do? It looks like he hasn't got the option he wants.
Yeah, he's being forced to think
He's
of something.
studying.
Yep.
Oh, well, I see fungal spores. I would go for fungal spores here. Go for the flash heal.
He's got 3
And he
different-
knows it. So we're looking at 7 damage, and if he can pay for anti-gravity field, so 7 damage would put him on, what's he got there? He's on 19, so I'd put him on 12. If anti-gravity field pays off, it hits 14, minus the 1 for Forge Wall, that's a kill.
It's a kill.
So we're looking at potential defeat on the next turn with the right cards. He's doing it,
Going
he
for
had
the
to,
flash
yeah.
heal, yep.
Doesn't want to risk it. Fungal
Something-
spores. So
something
that's
to biomash and
8
something
healing,
else.
5 damage. Yeah. He's playing it safe. I think he had to do that, really. Is that a poker face? Is that? Yeah. Killing blows in my hand. So let's see what happens
hit's
next.
getting low, and that was really low for where he usually sits at. If he can keep himself topped off, he likes to, for sure.
Okay, so 7 damage, and he's still above 15, so anything here is going to still get past the Forge Wall.
Maximum.
So he's drawing 3 or until he hits a defend. There's one. Oh, he's got Jester.
Oh, he's got a Jester.
So 3 cards, no defense, and now Dratylis has got to be fearing that. So Jester makes a player discard down to 7 cards, and we know Dratylis loves a high hand size. That was probably one of the cards he sideboarded in.
Yeah, so that's going to kind of keep him crimped as far as his play style and hand size, for sure.
Okay, so Dratylis is actually up against some things he doesn't like here.
And VoltageSurge may not even have to play that card ever. Just knowing
No,
it's in
knowing
his
it's
hands,
there, knowing
just
it's
gonna,
there.
yeah, that's going to totally affect Dratylis' play style.
Yeah, so it's a shame he drew it face up. Almost a shame he drew it face up, because if he drew that blind, he could have caught out Dratylis like mid to late game
Right,
and just
just
made
got
him
him
discard like 8 cards.
Completely by surprise, yeah.
But it's probably going to force him to play a bit smarter.
Yeah, he'll have to be a little more conservative.
So he's already got, how many cards has he
Is
got
that a
there?
Pollen Weaver? I think, I can't. What did he get? Coming down, yep.
Pollen Weaver, yeah. Again, he's passed. So he's just drawing 2. Back
All
to
right, let's see what he does here.
Dratylis. He does not want to draw a lot.
Nope, it's definitely...
How many cards? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think he's under the 7. But that forces a player to play
Yeah,
differently.
he
You might
just
think the Jester's
immediately-
useless if they haven't got the hand size, but it also forces them to play differently, which is important.
Okay, so he's putting down some offensive there.
Stampeding Tusker's in play. We've seen this guy before. He's a nice source of potentially infinite damage if you play your defend cards right.
I think it's
Shapeshifter.
Shapeshifter.
It's not.
An
Oh, it's
informant.
neither. Unfortunate. Oh, so
Oh.
this is good though. So we can see the cards he's changed here. So he's putting informant in. So he knows Dratylis likes a high hand size.
Right.
Informant draws to that hand size. So it's really nasty when you do an informant and then a Jester.
Jester,
I'll
right.
draw to your hand size and then get rid of him.
And just swing that card advantage.
Oh,
completely
that's
in your
better.
hand.
That's better. Oh no, he
Why-
can't. He played 2 cards at the same
Oh,
time.
gotcha.
Yeah, can't do 2 shapeshifters in the same turn. Yeah, just making sure because he peeked the top card there.
So we'll have him shuffle.
Planetary alignment would have done 5 damage,
Oh.
5 healing. So unfortunately, that one worked against him. It would have been
Yeah, that
terrible
hurts 'cause he
earlier
could have gone
with the
drawing
sun
into
beacon,
it.
and now it would have been amazing. But both plays have been cancelled just to check the rules are in line.
Yeah, that hurt. He wants that card.
Yeah. All right, so he's putting down a Dawnstalker. So again, we've seen this before. 10 damage in the current state because Shapeshifter's on top. And Dratylis
Draw is
healing
healing
him for
him.
3. Yeah, Pollen Weaver. It's keeping Pollen Weaver in effect.
Yeah.
He's got 1 more action. But
Yeah, Pollen
is he
Weaver
going to
works
forget the
well.
Jesters in hand? He's got to play at least 1 card, right? He needs to keep the hand size maintained. Doesn't want to go too crazy with it. He's healing.
It
But
also
we know
depends-
he's got Black Hole, right? He had Black Hole last
Yep.
game.
So it really depends on how.
Now he's
Shapeshifter
shapeshifting.
again.
It's not going to be planetary alignment, is it?
It's another shapeshifter. Ouch.
The one element you
Oh.
don't want to see, so it does nothing but draw another shapeshifter.
Oh, he's cursing at that one.
This has not been in his favour this game.
Yeah, I know that happened to him in an earlier
Oh, he's
game today.
pathfinding.
He was not happy about it.
So Luna's on top, so he pathfinds 2 buffs, and he's picked the.
The prevention and the healing. Got
Wow,
those-
he didn't pick the Tusker.
Yeah, he got rid of the.
So he takes 6 damage. Interesting.
I think he's probably banking on the fact that he's going to get healed back up at this point.
Yeah, true. Okay, so what's next?
Well, I shouldn't say fact, but the likelihood.
He's
that
reset
he'll
the
be healed
Tusker,
back up.
and he's playing an emergency system. So 7 healing next time he's attacked.
Taking that,
There's a defend.
Okay.
It's gravity, so that's 5 healing.
Which is not the effect he wanted off that card
It's
that
not
time.
drawing planetary alignment anymore, is it?
Yeah. Yeah, he's looking for the draw and possibly the damage, right? At this point, heals, he's not too worried
But
about. I don't
actually,
think.
importantly, Luna's now on top, so Dawnstalker's going to come in for 10 minus the 2.
There we go.
But if he plays an observatory, which he has, it undoes the. I'm talking crazy. Pollen Weaver's gone.
Pollen Weaver's gone.
So right now, Dawnstalker's going to be buffed, so it stands to do 12 damage right now.
that poker face is melting into something right there.
So is he holding the Reckless Spirit? You almost forget this was the same game where, you know, we thought he might have a kill. This is actually this has gone on a while, and Dratylis has had to think about different plays, adapting as it goes.
As I have said more or less before, Dratylis is a difficult man to kill.
Oh, he's root singing. Wow, this must be an emergency. So he's only pulling back one card. Oh, he's pulling back Colossi Artifact and playing it.
Yep.
Okay, so this caps all action card damage at 4. So that 12 damage you were talking about from Dawnstalker, 4 damage.
4 damage, yep.
But he has wasted a Root Singer, and you can only play Root Singers once. So it's a burn card.
Colossi Artifact, very strong against any of your action cards. And right now, VoltageSurge seems to be relying a lot on those. But again, completely ineffective against the combo card. So if he drops a large combo on Dratylis...
Anti-Gravity Snell, could be 6 damage, but it'll be capped at 4 no matter what. Oh, he attacked him, yeah, 7 healing, let's not forget. And then what have we got? It's not Gravity, it's Solar. Yeah, it's Light Lasher. So that is potentially 6 damage, but obviously Colossi Artifact caps it at 4. But he's, you know, he's only letting heal for 3 because the emergency system went off. And more importantly, Dratylis has not wasted, he's used the Root Singer. And that's something you don't want them really to get rid of. Oh, Light Lasher, yeah, 3 damage, plus the 2, capped at 4 obviously. But it rewinds a buff, so he's rewinding the Observatory to keep it in for another go.
Interesting, I wonder what else.
So it would have done 5 damage, but it's capped at 4. So on the next go, he's got full use out of the Observatory again. So even though it's capped at 4, he might be able to trickle him down with damage of 4 hits here.
That's like what he might be doing right there.
Oh, actually, let's not forget. He might have Black Hole. He might have Anti-Gravity Field.
Oh, man.
And they're not capped by Colossal Artifact. So with the Observatory in play, that's a big hit. Big hit. So Anti-Gravity Field. He's Spirit Channeling, so heals when his opponent heals.
So look for a lot of card draw.
And then he's going to Triano, I'm assuming?
Yep.
Yep, so 3 healing, which heals him. So Spirit Channeler heals Dratylis. Yep, so 3 healing, which results in 2 healing. So, I'm looking forward to this. What's he going to do next? Right.
Let's see. All right, so we've got that 2 increase.
Has he got Anti-Gravity Field? Has he got Black Hole? Oh, he didn't reset the Tusker as well. I missed that. So Tusker's going to tick away.
Resetting the Tuskers.
I know. Root Singing can pick it up. And if he gets 1 with Nature, he can pull so many cards back. He might not care late game. Come on, what you got? We need some combos. He hasn't drawn Planetary Alignment yet. We've seen it twice.
We've seen it, and
but due to ruling, it's been put back in.
Just teasing him.
Sunbeacon. Oh no. Discard the top card for 5 healing, 5 damage.
Don't hit him.
Oh, he's lost a remove buff card.
Oh, that hurts.
But let's not forget, Sunbeacon does 5 damage, 5 healing, increased by Observatory for 7 and 7, but Colossal Artifact caps it again at 4.
Okay, he's at 12 now.
And he's at Light Lashing, so he's Light Lashed again just for the 5 damage, which is capped at 4. So he's going for the trickle. I can't believe he lost to Pathfinder.
Yeah, that's
not the card you want to lose against Dratylis.
Very painful. Yeah, every bit of that buff removal is so critical.
Yep. So I think we've seen he's going for the trickle. Or maybe a combo. He's getting him in kill range, right?
He's definitely
so right now, Anti-Gravity Field, best case, will do 13 damage, because Forge will reduce him by 1, but it would hit for 14. He's healing.
15, yeah. He knows that's nuke range.
Oh, no, I think he's misplayed. Yes.
Oh.
So he didn't actually heal his opponent, because his opponent's on full health. So Spirit Channeler doesn't do anything.
That would be a backfire.
Not today, Dratylis. Yeah, not this turn. Okay, so he's drawn the 2. 1 more action. He's got to be worrying about kill range.
Yeah, he definitely does not like sitting down there.
He knows he hasn't got Planetary Alignment unless he drew it blind. I haven't seen it in his hand yet. Anti-Gravity Field on the next go is a kill, I think. So it'd be, with best case, if he draws a not gravity, it'll be 14 damage, plus the 2 for 16, minus the 1 for the kill. He's Reckless Spirit.
Yep.
Don't risk it, yeah. 3 damage, remove the buff. So now, I wish he had Anti-Gravity Field, because this might be the first kill, but I don't think he's got enough cards in his hand. What's he got? Oh, he's going for the Jester. Discard down for 7. What's he done?
He pitched it to Cassini.
Oh, he pitched it to Cassini, yeah, so he's used his hero power.
Up, and then he used the Informant right there, so he's drawing up the cards. He's filling his hand.
3 damage with the discard and drawing up.
That is a massive draw.
Wow, look at that. Let's just hope that Dratylis doesn't have a Jester.
Yeah, and that's exactly that combo you were talking about, of Gesturing and Informant. Like, that was beautiful. Actually, that was a little reverse of it.
No, he did. He discarded the Jester, so he did the damage.
Okay,
he did the trickle damage.
But
now Dratylis knows he can go crazy with his hand size. But look at his health. He is on 10 health. So Planetary Alignment is a kill.
I mean, with that size of a draw, and I couldn't see anything he drew right there, but he
drew
just
black hole.
Massive,
He drew a black hole.
There?
I saw it.
Yeah.
I think I saw it. It could have been. He could have drawn black hole and anti-gravity. This could be a kill on the next go.
Dratylis is sweating now because he knew he just drew a bunch of cards. He knows he's vulnerable at this point.
He's got Forge Wall, which is 1 damage reduction.
I think he's going to go for the reduction in healing.
Yeah. So this is not enough.
He wants to pull
He's
himself.
regrowth. 5 healing, 2 buffs into play.
So he's going to heal. I'll bet he's going to pull out like
that might just be an emergency
defensive.
heal.
Yeah, Pollen Weaver or something.
It's rare to say this, but I don't think Dratylis has got the cards he wanted right there. Regrowth is a combo he doesn't want to use ahead of time, right?
Yeah.
It's not
putting
in.
This is definitely an emergency casting.
It's putting in Mossridge defenders, I assume. Maybe emergency system. It's not a bad choice.
Emergency system, yeah. Yeah, he's definitely playing defensive. So he's in save my bacon mode right now.
I think I'd go with an emergency system Mossridge defender in this case. Oh, or a Pollen Weaver. Yeah, let's not forget. Yeah, okay.
There you go. Yeah, definitely save my bacon mode, and that may well save his bacon long enough.
But he draws. Oh, he's got black hole. Yeah, black hole. So first things first. That goes off for 7 healing. First things first, 7 healing. Come on, let's play it out. 7 healing. There we go, up 7. Get rid of the system.
There we go.
And now the damage comes in. And then the removal of the buffs. There we go.
He's back out there. Oh, Judge stepping in, letting him know the regrowth needs to go underneath those cards. Excellent. Nice work, judges.
Okay, and he's still got a decent hand size there, so...
Yep. So
we've seen black hole.
There's a couple other buffs in there, or combos in there. Is it enough to drop the bomb on Dratylis while he's vulnerable right now?
He's root singing. He's root singing for 1 card.
What on earth could he possibly be bringing back?
The artifact maybe, or
he's gonna, he's going to go with his favorite card. Yep, there it is. Well, he's thinking.
Checking.
He's thinking.
Wow, this is actually, we haven't seen this before because he's already used 1 root singer.
Yeah.
This is at least the second one we've seen this game, and they are burn cards, so when they're done, they are done.
They are done.
And it's important to Dratylis to bring back the cards he wants, and he usually does it with 1 with nature to get even more cards. And we've seen 2 played now at least, where he's only been able to get minimum or, optimal effects.
I have not seen him scramble quite this much in any of the matches.
What's he gone with? He's gone with the Pollen Weaver, I think. A bit of sun glare there. Yeah, it's the Pollen Weaver.
Pollen Weaver. He really likes that card, and again,
so
I don't
2
blame him.
damage. If it's not gravity, it's another 2. So it's not gravity, so that's 4 damage, minus the Pollen Weaver for 2. And he's doing Observatory, which is that damage increasing and healing effect. Mage chip.
Oh, so
he's going for it. I like it.
I'm thinking Mage, Observatory.
So he Trianu'd, so he's healing for 3, but he's drawn 2. He needs to get those buffs out right now.
Yeah.
Another emergency system.
Keeping those defenses up.
But he's got 7 damage coming, so even though he could attack him to get rid of it, the mage ship will hit 5 in the current situation. So it sort of breaks even a bit if you can do a bit of spike damage. I mean, right now a planetary alignment or an anti-gravity would be great, just to get rid of the emergency system and put some damage on through it. He's drawing 2 though.
Maybe just enough to tick, yeah.
What's he going to do next?
Just that matter.
He's good at Trianu, right? He loves cards. I'd love to see someone play Withering against him.
Oh man.
Damage every time you draw a card.
Mentioning Withering, that is one thing I'm surprised I have not seen more of. I was really expecting a lot more dread in this tournament.
I actually think VoltageSurge earlier mentioned he liked Paralysis Bug, which stops card draw and defending for 1 turn. Which pretty effective.
In this case, yeah, it would help.
Reckless Spirit. Okay, 3 damage.
Right,
remove the mage chip.
He's fearing the trickle. He knows he's being whittled, and quite effectively too, actually.
So yeah, we've seen 2 Root Singers played. I think we've seen 2 Reckless Spirits played. So he hasn't got a lot of ways of getting back any removal cards now.
Oh,
here we go. So 12 damage, but we're going to emergency system first.
Yep. So he's going to go up to 20.
First, go up first.
Go up to
so is he playing Gravity Bubble?
No, he's playing Gravity Bubble.
It's a defend. Oh, that's why he did it. He's defending to do 8 damage, minus the 1. So he only goes down 7. But yeah, interesting play. So he's trying to get him with the defend rather than the planetary alignment. That's why the emergency system didn't go off as I expected.
Interesting.
And the Pollen Weaver obviously still blocking 2. So
I'm really curious what he's planning to follow that up with then. That's
yeah.
I mean, it's a good tack to try to work around that emergency system, but
that Pollen Weaver is going to be doing work. And we know when he discarded a card with Sunbeacon, he lost a Pathfinder.
Yep.
He's played 1, he's lost 1, and he's played Black Hole. So I think he's down to 1, unless I'm miscounting. Oh, another emergency system. So that's 14 healing next time he gets attacked.
So now he really has to start.
So
yeah, those defend cards become more important, but
although actually, yeah, I can see his hand there. He's got a Sunbeacon. So that's draw a card face up. No, discard the card for 5 damage, 5 healing. So that's a defend though. So that could do 5 damage if it's on this observatory. So
That's
he could
bad as
defend
a
his way to the
gamble
win.
and a half,
Oh,
yeah.
and Cassini can discard for 3. So it'll be blocked by the Pollen Weaver. So he could do 1 damage in a pinch here.
Just sneak that out there.
So yeah, Moshrish Defender. Oh man, he really doesn't like losing this. He plays tanks so hard.
Yeah, he's definitely the tanky.
It's nice to see him play the deck differently though. No one with nature this game. He's already played Regrowth, arguably on some weird cards. I mean, he had to get Pollen Weave back in.
Right, and that was just again a survival regrowth.
We've seen him on the back foot. He's got another Jester.
I think he's ditching it.
Oh, he's
though,
ditching
Cassini.
it.
Yep, dumping it to Cassini.
So that is
He
blocked.
is decked out.
Why did he ditch that?
That is a good question. Because the Cassini was just totally stopped with the
Negated.
So I'm not sure what the move was there. Maybe
You
I missed
might have a plan in
something.
mind. So back to Dratylis. Moshrish Defender on its damage reduction of
Just checking
2.
some stuff.
So 4 total.
A
Oh
little
yeah.
discussion there.
So he's doing 1 damage because the Grim Glider, I think. Oh no, is it more than 4 buffs? No, it is 4 buffs or more, yeah.
4 buffs.
So 1 damage from the Grim Glider, this item that gives a passive effect that hurts you slowly. He's going to
Taking a
Triano,
drop.
I assume. Yeah,
Yeah.
back up to full health, gets 2 cards. I bet you wish he didn't discard the Jester now. Hungry Behemoth, so it's back to
All right, so he's starting to
Voltage.
throw down get his damage cards on the table. Although that'll take a while to build up to the damage that he wants.
I think he knows he can heal with Behemoth and wind up because you got 1 how much more VoltageSurge has Dispels in there.
Yeah, he's we're definitely swinging back into his time game at this point.
Again, really nice to see though, because VoltageSurge has had him in a pinch a few times now. There's a few windows. I mean, look at his health right now. He's in a
Yeah,
good
it's-
situation because of the emergency systems, but like, he's had to play those emergency systems, right? He's
had
been in
to.
an emergency.
I mean, you know, VoltageSurge has forced him into playing that regrowth at an inopportune time. He's done a lot of that stuff, really making Dratylis play different than his normal game.
What's he going for? He's looking at combos. He's playing Planetary Alignment, so first things first, he heals for 14 damage. 14 because of the emergency systems.
Oh,
They're going to have the judge check this year because he healed
Yeah.
up and he shouldn't have. Yeah, let's just do this properly, yeah. So he's doing 7 for emergency system and then another emergency system. They go away and then we start playing out the cards. So 12 damage is coming in. He's above the Forge Walls territory, so Forge Walls ignored. But Pollen Weaver and Moshrish Defender do soak up a big hit there.
Yep.
He's got rid of them though.
14.
And we know he's got anti-gravity field still, so he's still got enough
He's
damage
still got
to
some
do
damage
this.
in there, yep. So he's
Oh,
just
sorry,
gonna
it was
have
on
to-
top of the Observatory as well, so there's an extra 2 there. So he did negate a bit the Defender. Nice, I like it.
Back at 14, so he's still low. Certainly much lower than Dratylis likes to be.
And Forge Walls in effect. Not now, because he just healed above 15. So right now, he's got a window of opportunity again. What's he going to do? That was 1 action, so he's still got another one, and he can't use 2 abilities, so he's just drawing 1.
No.
He just drew 1?
Just do 1 card.
That's the first time we've seen Dratylis do that, I think.
That is interesting.
What we got? Dawnstalker. Okay, still got the aggression. So again, 10 damage in the current situation, because Observatory means Luna's on top.
I can't quite see how many cards are left in Dratylis' deck. I don't know if he's
It's
worried.
looking thin. Oh, he's decked out, but he's
Yeah.
played a card. So VoltageSurge has to play or lose a card each turn now. But he played a Dawnstalker and drew 1, so that's valid this turn. So this is late game territory.
This is super late game territory.
So
I
I
wonder if
think-
VoltageSurge has the card. I think he wants to drop a bomb, but is he going to be able to sustain that through the ticking of his buff?
He's Behemoth. He's Behemoth, so he's using 1 ability, and he's got 1 more turn left. A Pollen Weaver. Oh wait, they're unique. So only 1 counts. Oh, he's conceded. He didn't have enough damage to kill him.
Just didn't have it in hand.
Hold on.
Well,
Just checking. Maybe you couldn't pay for anti-gravity field.
just not enough to
It
pay
needs the
for
payment to do it.
Yeah.
And if you didn't have the payment, that would have been it.
Yeah, just ran out of-
Unfortunately, because Dawnstalker could have done 10 or 8, and then if you anti-gravity field on top.
And just enough to push it through, right? So that was, again, like, super tough game.
I mean, yeah, we decked out that game,
Yeah.
and we saw Dratylis drawing 1 a turn.
And it's funny, we were just having a conversation about people asking about decking out, like, no, it doesn't happen that often, but there you go, it does happen. But again, props to VoltageSurge, really making Dratylis play very, very
I
differently.
mean, 2 emergency systems in play. You
Right.
don't see that
Really,
a lot.
really
at all.
knocked him off of his normal game.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
it'd be interesting to see going forward because that was just the quarterfinals, right?
Right.
So we're gonna see how the other matches go on. We'll come back for the semis and then the final. So much more to come, and
Yep.
Dratylis getting tested at this level. So he's got 2 more rounds
Very
to get through
different.
as well.
So once again, coming to you live from Pax Unplugged, because I can speak. Come back and join us for our next round.
Cheers.